Hello and welcome to Tarot with Tanya. This is 7 cards for 7 days, and we are looking at the week of December 11 through 17. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please take what resonates for you from this and leave the rest behind. It is a reading for the general collective, so hopefully you do find something here for yourself. I'm using the Wild Unknown deck this week, and then we'll finish with an oracle card from the Winged Enchantment. Let's talk a little bit about the week's astrology. We begin with the moon in Sagittarius. That's all about the fire. And it stands for law, philosophy, travel, adventure, higher education, things like that. It can be a very spontaneous kind of energy. It is a mutable energy. So hopefully it starts off something new for you this week, because we do have that new moon. I'll get to that in a moment. So on Monday, before that, we have the Mercury sextile Venus. That can be a wonderful day for a great conversation, very pleasant. Maybe take a very short trip, get together with friends. Mercury likes to chat, likes to travel, likes to share information, and Venus likes to have a good time. So that could be a really nice day for those things. Tuesday, that's when that new moon in Sagittarius occurs. And new moons are always a new start to the energy. They are a reset, and that sign that they're in gives us that flavor, because that's when they're by the sun, and so that energy is very available and intensified. And remember those qualities, that fieriness and higher mind stuff, again, liking adventure, so forth. And it's also, though, in kind of a contrast, the day that Mercury goes retrograde. I never get too worried about that. It doesn't seem to affect me too much personally. Everybody's chart's different, so you may have a very different experience with that. I would say just give yourself extra time, especially when it comes to travel, all those things that Mercury represents. The communications, electronics, all of those things might be affected. Now, they may not. Maybe they even get enhanced. But frequently when that goes retrograde, there can be little glitches in those areas. So just give yourself a little extra time, maybe especially if you're ordering gifts, if you're here in the normal, if you're celebrating gift giving for whatever your traditions might be toward the end of this year. Then on Saturday, we have the Sun square Neptune. The sun's the brightness, the clarity, good benevolent energy. Neptune is it's transpersonal, it's way out there, it's things that we often have trouble articulating, even understanding, grasping. At least with the conscious mind, it can take us to very unconscious places, which is good for creativity. So it's a great day for that, being creative, doing some artwork, or creating whatever it is that you might need to do, a new space in, your life in some way. And it can also leave us feeling a bit fuzzy and indecisive. People can be elusive. I would say the best thing you can do is not to take that personally, and just roll with that energy for the day. All right, so in terms of our cards this week, it's a very feminine spread of cards this time. We only have one masculine card that shows up this week. I mean, there's a little bit of masculinity in this first one, which I'll just go ahead and start with. So as I said, it's the wild unknown. And we begin with the Father of Pentacles. Fathers are what are typically kings in many decks. So it's the peak of the Pentacles spread. Excuse me. And on the positive side, a very nurturing, supportive, calm, steady kind of energy. One that wants to take care and not to dominate. If there's a shadow side, sometimes people refer to this as a very slow energy, a dense energy. So hopefully it manifests for you as that feeling taken care of. It can be a person, it can be, of course, within your own self. So if it feels a little heavy and dense that day, that could be part of that. But it, see perhaps if you can find what feels good about that, what feels grounding and safe about that. We continue that Pentacles energy into Tuesday with the Two of Pentacles, and we have a couple of twos and threes, and then we have a 4 and 8. So the numbers are definitely echoing each other this week. So the Two of Pentacles has that beautiful butterfly, that infinity sign with the little pentacles inside of it, and this feels very pardon me, balanced. I often think of it as a grounding kind of energy, even though you'll see someone juggling. But when we're juggling, we need our feet on the ground as well. So, that the butterfly is transformative. So how can we shift some energy, move things over here, move them back over there, find a rhythm. Excuse me, you guys. It's that dry air and the heat being on. So how can we get that grounded feeling and, help ourselves with that? On Wednesday, we are still with feminine energy with the Three of Cups. And this one is often depicted as three women. Here we have three birds. They are seem to be communing, and it is a card of community, getting together with friends, particularly with the feminine energy, grace and harmony and those sorts of things. So hopefully Wednesday is a pleasant day in that regard. That one masculine card comes in, as I mentioned, on our Thursday, and that's the Eight of Wands. It's an output of energy. You can see sort of almost like a lightning bolt coming down here in this, and energizing it, I feel. I mean, the opposite in a way. It's also coming out, you could see it as being. So frequently there is that energy of things going outward. It's connected to the Strength card. And hopefully it's a very positive output of energy. I tend to think that it is. It can be very passionate and romantic. So you could take that passion and put it into all kinds of things. But, hopefully, and again, a very positive direction. By the time we get to Friday, we have the lovely Two of Cups. Special and equal love. This can be, between friends. This can be a romantic partner. It can be communication, sharing different points of view, 2 points of view, or points of view between two people. It tends to be a quite lovely energy, I think. And, we're back to another two, so there's that balancing energy that we have. And I'll mention now that the twos are connected to the High Priestess in the tarot, and that is a very intuitive kind of energy, and one that tends to seek balance and want harmony for people. Um, sometimes that's harder to find than others, but hopefully on Friday that, gives you some good energy in that direction, and an echo of Tuesday when we have a similar kind of energy. Both, again, feminine, so even more so connected to the High Priestess. Our Saturday comes, and this is really, to me, about the only card that might present some challenges this week. The Four of Cups. Here, I don't know what this creature is exactly, perhaps a rat. And I like the Thoth depiction of this card. It is some cups stacked up, 2 and 2, but the energy is restricted. I've also seen this card called Boredom. And it almost means that things are going too well. There's a little bit of discontent. Frequently, you will also see a depiction of a person, 3 cups there. Person doesn't look too happy with those 3 cups, but there's another cup being offered that the person hasn't noticed yet, hasn't tumbled to. And so there can be a little bit of a stagnation with that. So I just kind of want to watch that. But, fours are very grounding. So, that might be a better way to go with it. They're connected to the Emperor. So there can be an energy of, again, a little bit stuck there, but also getting things done. So hopefully Saturday emotionally, if you're feeling a bit stuck, you know why, and you know how to move it. Things are always changing. What's that other cup that is being offered? On Sunday, our one major of the week, and because it is a number 12, it reduces to a 3, and that is connected to the Empress as well. So there's a very feminine energy here, even though it's called the Hangman. I would prefer it to be called the Hanged One, because it's truly genderless. And we have a bat. I just love seeing the bat. I'm just going to turn the bat around and show you. That's the upright. And it can very much represent our need to change up a situation, to go upside down. And if you can, literally, I recommend it. It's good for you to get that blood flowing into the head. But if that's not, for you, then how can you change perspective? Can you talk with someone? Maybe you have your own tarot cards or oracle cards. Maybe you can take a walk, go someplace you've never been, look into a book or, a movie or whatever it is that you like that is really new to you, to help you change up your perspective. And I think also just being quiet, that's an aspect of this card. Letting a new perspective come to you. And it really can happen if you still the self and allow that. So a little recap on the week. Lots of feminine energy. Lots of minors mostly, 1 major, 1 royal card. So that person potential, that kind of, again, doesn't matter. It's not gender related, but kind of masculine, steady, earthy energy to begin. And then this, excuse me, hanged man, of changing up the perspectives somehow. So we're getting close to the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere at that point, so maybe there's a little preparation there for that. We'll finish up with pardon me, so sorry about the coughing this week. It's been a bit of a rough week, I won't lie. The Wren card. So here's our beautiful card. I love this deck. And what it says: I am Wren, the active spirit and giving heart. I am poetic inspiration. I am the energy of life and the utilization of everything this earth yields. I waste no time. I squander no resources. I am life lived to its fullest, and the bold use of both agility and wit. You have encountered a need to stay alert. You have reason to make things move quickly now. I am your reminder that you have put things into motion. and so must maintain momentum. Expand your circle and utilize those around you for help. You may find others on an asset to your accomplishments. I am the determination to follow the path that lay ahead. Trust the tug of your spirit and carry onward. I wish you all, beloveds, a wonderful week. May it be peaceful and the best for you that it can be. If you need some help, if I can assist, please do reach out. Information will be below in the description box, and some at the end of this video as well. And if you, again, pardon me, if you would, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again next week.